Hi everyone, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio and welcome back for another Wednesday Grunge play. Today we're going to attempt to make some faux metal ceiling tiles, and we're going to grunge them up and try to make them look old and rusted and all that yumminess that we like in our grungy journals. And I am going to use these in the journal that I'm making, or at least probably not all of them, but a couple of them. And so what I have done already is I just took some black cardstock and I ran it through a couple of embossing folders so that I thought the patterns looked like ceiling tiles. And so this one is just like a flourish, and then this one has kind of like a, I don't even know what you call this pattern, but I thought that it was reminiscent of an old ceiling tile. So we're going to do one of each to start with, and we'll see how it goes. And so my thought is the first thing that we need to do is kind of dry brush these white to get, I don't want a total coverage, but I do want them because most of the time, even though they start out, I think, silver, you know, a lot of time people will have painted over them or whatever. And so that's the look that I want to go for, is that somebody has painted on them, but also the underlayers are showing through because of age and wear, and, you know, they're a little rusted and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to see how that goes. So what I have just some basic Liquitex gesso, and for Distress Oxides, I have salvaged patina, I have rusty hinge, and I think I'm also going to use some, what do I want to use? I think I'm going to use, I want a brown. Let's try walnut stain. I want to get some kind of oxide effects going on. Yeah, so I think I'm going to use that. And then I've got some crayons. I've got Rusty Hinge. I've got the brush pewter, which is a metallic. And then I have some picket fence white in case I need to bring some of the white back out. So, first steps first, I'm going to take this gesso and I'm going to do just a little dry brush over them. And I have no idea if this is going to work, guys. We're going to go for it and just see what happens. If I don't like it, I can always do it over, right? That's why we're calling it Grunge Play, because we're just playing with our materials to see how grungy we can get something. I kind of want this down in the creases, you know, in the parts that aren't raised a little bit, so we don't have just that stark black going on. So I think that's good for that one. We'll let that one dry. Then we'll put some on this one. And again, I'm not too worried about how it looks right now because we're going to do lots more stuff to it. So, all right. So there is that part. And what did I do with my wipe? There it is. And get my gesso up. Under normal circumstances, I would blot that around on something, but since I'm filming, I'll just wipe it up. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to kind of smush it around in this brown. So I'm going to just put some brown walnut stain on my mat and spray it with some water. Kind of move it around with my fingers because the finger tool is the best tool that we have. And then I'm going to just do this. And hopefully this is going to excuse me, make that white a little less white and make it look a little more aged. Kind of move it around with my fingers. Okay, and just wipe that off. And spray it with some water, kind of keep it wet. I'm going to keep my surface wet the whole time. Alright, and then we're going to go in with some Rusty Hinge. Sop that up. Sopping. Do y'all do sopping? Here in the South, we sop. Okay, and wipe that off. As I make a huge mess. Alright, so I'm going to dry it now before I go to the salvage patina, so I can see what we're looking like. As calculated. I figured a lot of that would disappear. That's why I have my crayon in case the distress inks don't work as well. Let's try direct contact. think that's looking a little better. I'm not going to worry right now about these curling because when they dry all the way out, they'll flatten back out. Okay, now let's try the salvage patina. And we'll do the same thing. We'll do some direct contact. And then I'm going to spray it to get a little bit of movement. I don't want those harsh lines. Just kind of move it around. Maybe dab it a little bit. Dry it a little more. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the silver crayon, and I'm just going to just press hard or light enough, hard enough, whichever you want to call it, to just get the raised parts, because you're wanting to get, in my mind, just a little of a metallic look still showing. And get some of the edges as well. Okay, and I know you can't see that on camera very well, but if you look at it real close, you can see that there are some little silver elements showing here and there. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the Rusty Hinge crayon, just in spots, and then I'm going to take my finger and if you can't get your crayons to smooth out, you can wet them just a little bit on your baby wipe or with just a little bit of water. do we want to do? Let's try some picket fence. I like the way the crayons are working better than the way that the oxides. Let me see if what I have in crayons for the Salvage Patina. I don't think I have the Salvage Patina crayon. I do not, but maybe one of these will work. I have Evergreen Bough. That may be too dark. This is Cracked Pistachio. That may work. Let's try that. I'm trying to get that kind of patinaed look. This is just a matter of trial and error, guys, until you feel like you got it where you want it. Just keep working it. Wish I could get this white more prevalent. Maybe what I need to do is take some more gesso. The flourish to me is showing more detail, I think, for what the look I'm going for than this pattern is. Let me take a smaller brush. Go in with just a tad more gesso. Especially around these edges, although I probably will not use this whole thing. It's probably going to be, you know, like torn apart for like a pocket or something. It won't be used as a whole. See, that's what I want right there. So thanks for being patient with me, guys. I know what I want. It's just a matter of getting there. So how is everyone? I hope you're having a good week. Happy Halloween, by the way. I think this will come out on Halloween, even though I'm filming it a little bit early. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just taking the gesso and I'm putting it in the flat parts to get more white down in the flat. I don't want the black to be the dominating color of this. I just want the black, you know, barely showing. This one I'm not sure exactly how it's going to turn out, if I'm going to be pleased with it at all. But we're going to try, because if you try it and you fail, then so be it. But at least you tried it, right? Okay, I'm gonna gesso there, but I have my watered down stuff here. Let's see if we can finish it up with that. I should have experimented before I turned the camera on, but that would have taken away the fun. Okay. I think my wipe now has more paint than anything. Alright. Let's get these dry so I can put the highlights back in, and I think we'll be good. Alright, so this one, let's do a little bit of the silver. Here and there. This is tumbled glass. It's a little bit bluer than the cracked pistachio. And some rusty edge. I'm just kind of going over the places where I already had it. Kind of bringing it back to the forefront a little bit. I almost think I need a darker brown too. I'm going to do a little bit of ground espresso. That, I think that's making it look grungier, you know. All right, on this one, this one, I think the pattern is just not ornate enough to show what you're trying to do. I mean, it still looks pretty cool. I'm just kind of going back and forth between the colors. Till I get what I want. I'm just kind of pulling back and looking at it a little bit and see where I think, you know, there might have been some leftover white paint or okay. Now I'm gonna go all the way around the edges with this ground espresso. But like I said, I may come back in and do that again when I decide where it's going, because I don't think I will use this whole piece, because I'm thinking that it would look pretty cool to be like a corner pocket, and then you could take some little brads and make it look like nails, you know, put nail holes and make it look like nails or holding it down. But, you know, as with anything, your grunge is going to be in the corners and on the edges, your biggest grungy parts. You could also bend them up a little bit, like they got bent when they were taken down, which would not be, or when they fell down, whatever the case may be. That would not be out of the question. And I would make sure before you do what I'm doing here that they're a little damp. And these are still a little damp, so, because if not, I'm afraid they would crack. See, that one cracked a little bit, but that's okay. Alright. Yep. I like them both. I think I definitely like this pattern better, but I do like them both. And see, those did crack, but I think that that would happen as well. You'd have little rusty spots that rusted through, right? So that's not, I don't mind that. And if I felt like it was going to be unstable as a pocket, you could always put another backer on the back of it. But my thought was, you know, to make some kind of a corner pocket like that, or even an up-tuck. An up-tuck would be a good idea since it was, you know, a ceiling tile. And then you could put brads across there if you wanted, just to make it look pretty good. Yeah. So that's it. If you don't like getting your hands dirty, I would wear gloves, because you're going to get, those crayons are pretty messy. This one needs something else, and I don't know what it is at the moment. This one I'm very happy with, but I think it's because I like the flourish better than this pattern. But then you could take, like if you wanted to make a pattern or a corner or an uptuck out of it, then you could take something like this, which is a really ornate cast iron stove advertisement, and put down in the pocket, and I think that'd be really cute. And that's probably what I'm going to use in the grungy journal. Something like that. Make an uptuck and make this stick up in the uptuck. Let's see how it'll look on the page. If you got a minute. Let me wipe my hands off a little bit so we're not all grody. Don't want to mess up my journal. See if we can find a piece of that wallpaper that goes with it, or opposite of it. And dry my hands here quickly. And you can see the crayons come off really easily. I just used that same baby wipe. Cleaned it off. Okay, so here's our journal. I gotta be careful because I have a page in here. What is today? Tuesday. Yeah, you haven't seen. I did install all of our little pocket stories, and they look so cute in here. Here's the bridal one. And here is the best in show. And here is the grandmother. The sewing one. And here is the workers with the dad. So they all look really cute in there. So let's see if we did the flourish. That's got a lot of flourish. That's got too much. Okay, let's say we did it on this page. We did a pocket up here in the corner. That page does not have enough going on for me. Let's see what else we got. Nope. Nothing's got too much going on. But what if we did it over here? It was like that. Nope. I do like it there. So if we did a corner pocket up here, an up tuck up here. All right, let's go ahead and cut it. How do we want to cut it? Like this, I think. So if we put it here, like that, And then we had our little stove card in there. Yeah, that's cute. And I think I even have in my Montgomery Ward catalog. I think I even have, you know, some of the stove advertisements. So yeah, that's cute. What's on the back? Okay. So I think what I would do is I would back this again with another piece of cardstock to make it stronger. And then I would put the brads through. Actually, I would probably put the brads through to look like nails. Then back it, so that when the card comes in and out, it wouldn't catch on anything. I think that's how I would do it. But yeah, I like it on that page. And then that'll flip over like that. So that's it, but I won't do any of that till it dries because it's still pretty wet. So I hope you guys like that. Just get in there and get dirty. And if you do this, tag me so I can see how yours come out. You could probably also start with a lighter cardstock if you wanted. And you wouldn't have to mess with all that white because it'd already be white. In my mind, I wanted the black to show through. But I think I probably could have achieved the same thing if I'd have used, you know, just a white cardstock. So that is our video for today. And I hope you enjoyed that. And I will see you guys back tomorrow. Bye.